How's it going, guys, and welcome back to my garage. So today we are going to try our best to build an inline 6 engine for our El Camino, so stay tuned. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. The button is right down there. Alrighty, so what we did on Sunday, we went over to the material shop and we bought ourselves a sledgehammer because I had to take care of some walls outside. So this wall was actually running all the way through to the through this behemoth of a dealership next door to us now. So yeah, we might actually remove that mod for the time being because there's not really anything happening there. And yeah, as I said, there's no showroom vehicles or anything yet. So yeah, we might actually just take it out for the time being, but we can still keep the cars and all the engine mods. So yeah, guys, I think there's not really much that we can do except do this customer job at the moment because we are kind of a bit poor and broke. So let's dive into this because we've got this second-hand gearbox that we're going to be putting in the customer vehicle. I think that should be good enough to pass this mission. So yeah, let's get cracking. Okay, so we should be able to do everything up on the lift here. If we can just get to that top bolt, if it's not too far. Okay, we've got it. Alright, this sidey ho. And we just frickin' loosened something we weren't supposed to. Okay, I think we got to tighten up again. Okay, one there, and there should be another one up top. Okay, and that is transmission removed. Okay, great stuff. Now we can pop the replacement in. I'm not going to call it a new one because it's not a new transmission. Alrighty ho. Now we just got to bolt all the bolts down on this as well. There's one up there, and the last one is right at the top over there. Okay, I think that is job done. So let's see if we can make some money off of this job. Yeah, everything is still good. Let's see. There we go. Problem with shifting sorted out, boys. Okay, so now I don't know if we've got enough money to go and pick up another junker from the junkyard, because I don't think 1800 bucks is going to be enough for the full engine rebuild. I mean, the engine block alone that we need is 800 bucks or 805 or 50 or something like that. So what I think we should do, yeah, let's do this. We're going to grab the toolbox, the whole toolbox, and nothing but the toolbox. Going to put this in the back of our trusty old lad wagon. Oh, come on. Grab the damn thing. Alright, we're going to head over to the junkyard. We're going to see what cheap cars we can find. Hopefully we are lucky. And if we don't find any cheap cars that we can afford, we'll just buy some body panels off of some of the junkers and do the old rust removal trick on them. So yeah, guys, let's head over there, and I'll bring you guys back up to speed once I get there, because yeah, it's a bit of a drive to the junkyard. So here we go. Alrighty, guys, so we made it over to the junkyard, and yeah, we're just going to let the junkyard load and see how many cars we can actually get some parts from. Let's just make sure this thing is still set to 10, which it is. Okay, so here we go. Alrighty, so there we go. The junkyard finally loaded in, and we are greeted by this behemoth of a wheel, American Forces. Oh, so that's one of Bryson's showrooms. I haven't really used that yet, but we'll get to it eventually.
They make crap these days.
Uncle
My
Ray.
stuff is better.
Alright, ooh, that's a flashy seat. Oh, that's for the Chrysler 300. Okay, but yes, let's not get distracted yet too much. We are actually looking for stuff to buy so that we can make some extra money. What do we have over here? This is a Ford Mustang. I'm not too fond of the modded vehicles just yet. We don't want to risk buying parts and stuff we can't fix up. This Firebird has got a couple of rusty parts, but yeah, once again, I don't really want to take on this modded vehicle stuff yet. We've got an old coupe over here, 1800 bucks. We could probably afford this. It looks kind of straight. So yeah, this is going to be a quick money maker. Okay, so let's buy this one. We are basically broke at this stage. But I think we'll definitely make our money back on this one because it's got a lot of rust to take care of, and it's also got a whole lot of yeah, color condition improvements we could do probably. So I think let's maybe get started over here. Now we can't buy paint in order to take care of the color condition, so we're going to have to tow it back to the garage. But I think this is going to be a good start so that we can start just cleaning up the rust a bit. So let's grind a bit. And that should already start improving the rust condition of this thing. Maybe, I don't know. Might have to go a bit further. I should have actually grabbed the floor jack if I wanted to do this over here at the junkyard. But the tools were mostly here because of the possibility we didn't find something we could buy and we had to strip some parts off the car. But in this case it actually worked out a bit better. Alrighty, let's see if there's any improvement. 1884. So yeah, it looks like we are gonna have to paint this thing, which means towing it back to the garage, which means we are going into the negative again, but we should make that money back as soon as we sell this thing on again. Alrighty ho, let's keep going. I think we can probably go and do this over at the workshop rather. It just feels much more comfortable over at the workshop doing this type of work. Yeah, I think so. Let's tow this thing back to the customer sign. We're gonna make our way back to the shop and see if we can sort this thing out a bit. Look at our poor car, it's already freaking dirty again. Yeah, one trip to the junkyard and she's not gonna be clean anymore, so guess we kind of wasted money washing this car on Sunday, but I guess it's fine. So let's get back to the shop once again. Alrighty, so here we are back at the shop and we're just going to leave the little wagon right over here. I don't think it's going to be in the way. So yes, let's continue with our de-rusting work, and it's going to go a little bit better now that we are at the workshop. Because here we've got a floor jack somewhere. Where the heck? Okay, yeah, it's still underneath the El Camino or the JC. So let's go ahead and just lower this thing back down. Alrighty, and we're going to try and pop this under the car like such. Whoa, that was a bit hectic, but okay. I think it's just going to be easier for us to reach the rocker panels. if we put this thing up onto the lift, and that is going to go terribly wrong, but that's okay. We don't really care too much for this car at this point. Alright, let's lower this back down. Yeah, the things we need to do to get a vehicle without wheels up onto a lift. Come on. Work with me, you piece of crap. Alright, go back. Alright, let's use our push mod. Okay, that kind of worked. Alright. We still need to bring it over that way. Alrighty. Over there. And that is... What in the frickin' hell can we do to make this thing go up onto the lift? Okay. Let's see what it does now. It doesn't have to go up perfectly. Alright, I want to see if I can get to those rocker panels without removing them. Otherwise we're going to have to cut them off. Open the door. Alrighty, grind. Take all that nasty rust off. Yeah, we still got a crap ton of rust on this car, so let's start over here where we started. I think the rocker panel is still got some rust over here. That's part of the quarter panel. Yeah, that's the rocker panel. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to cut this thing off, most probably. Alrighty, well, should have probably washed this thing first so that we can actually see what the heck we are doing. But we can kind of make it out, but I think let's wash this thing first. Put it down. Let's grab the hose. Alright, let's see what we've got to work with here. Okay, the trunk is rusty. Rear panel is rusty. Yeah, definitely a lot of rust that we can take care of on this car. Alright. What are we getting stuck on here? Okay, rocker panel. This fender is rust free. That's a bit of a bummer, and so is this door. But the color condition of the door is actually, yeah, what's causing some money loss on this thing. Okay, the roof seems to be good. That panel seems to be good. Front panel seems to be good. Okay, this door also doesn't seem to have any rust, so yeah, it's not really that much. But I think it's gonna be worthwhile just taking care of the rust and spray painting this thing one color. And we'll also check for some dents, because the hammer work is free. We don't pay for hammer work, so let's just check for dents. Nothing. Yeah, she's pretty straight. Looks like there's not a whole lot going on in terms of body damage. Okay. Alright, let's get back to this grinding again. Grind it up over here. This is always a tricky part to get to this. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's just keep at it. Hopefully it'll all go poof and disappear. Alright, there it goes. Okay, that is looking good. Looking pretty good. Okay, so here we need to take the rear bumper off. I think it's going to be a bit better. Easier to see what we are doing. And come to think of it, yeah, let's do this. This bumper is going to match the front bumper on our wagon here, so clever thing I thought of this now, because at least that is going to kind of complete the facelift of this car. There we go. That's much better. Matching front and rear bumpers on our wagon. See, I knew there was going to be a reason for this. But okay, yeah, we need to leave this bumper off. We'll also just get it cleaned up. So that it's gotta be nice and shiny for the new owner. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's continue with the de-rusting over here. Grind, 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 grind. Just gotta find the sweet spot for all this rust to go and disappear. Yeah, sometimes you end up grinding the whole panel and then it still picks up rust. So it's kind of weird and wonky sometimes. But okay, there we go. That is getting there. Yeah, looks like this is going to be one of those panels we're going to have to grind the whole thing. But that's okay, we got nothing but time. I think that is the lower part of the rusting on this panel gone. Just see. Ah, there he goes. Okay, so we've got that sorted out. That looks pretty good. Alright, as for the rocker panels, I think let's not mess about with the rocker panels yet. We're going to cut them off first. Let's maybe do the trunk on the car. I think we'll manage this. I mean, it used to be possible. Yeah, look at that. All that nasty rust going. Alright, there we go. Perfect. I love when that happens. Okay, so we already up a couple of $1,000 just by de-rusting the car. We haven't even painted this thing yet, and we still yet have got some more rust to take care of. Why the heck did I put this back? Okay, let's take that off, and cutting discs. We've got this one. It's probably going to give us one cut out of that, and we'll grab the box. We still have 3 discs in here, so yeah, I think we should be good. Alright, let's cut this rocker panel off over here. Okay, new disc. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's see. What is the story over here? We've got some more rust on that. Okay, let's take care of that. Where's the freaking thing now? I'll put it over here. Okay, there we go. Our polishing disc. Alright, let's polish this, as they say. Grind, 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 grind. Alright, there we go. I think that's gone. Let's just see over this side. Okay. Yeah, I think that should do. Okay, what's the rust condition on this car now? It's 4 stars. Okay. So that's a quick way also to check if you've got some rust in other places. So you cut off the rusty part like such, like that. Okay, so now we check the car again for rust, and we see it's got 5 stars, so that is the only rusty part on the car. Okay, so let's come over here. We're gonna grind this rust off, and we can slap this thing back on and just check it again. Okay, so yeah, no rust on that, so we're gonna weld that back into place in just a second. Let's just quickly focus on one thing at a time. Let's get this grinding thing back onto here. Let's get rid of this rustiness over here. Grind, 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 grind. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, there's different types of rust textures I've noticed. I don't know when these rounded types of rust came into the game, but it's as if those ones are a bit easier to grind off. Alright, and there we go. That should do the trick. Let's get this fitted back on the car, and hopefully that won't have any rust. Yeah, no rust. Okay, color condition dropped a bit more. Right, now just to make it official, we need to weld them back in, but it'll really count the rust or non-rusty part. Right, we're gonna need our electrode. Grab one of these, stick it into there. Okay, looks like our welding machine is gonna reach. Okay, so guys, I think we are now completely rust free on this thing. I'm just going to Control C, copy the color code. We're gonna grab some paint. How many cans of paint are we gonna need for this thing? Probably like 2. Let's see, but we can't buy any freaking paint because we are broke as hell. Alright, so let's go and sell this over at the pawn shop. That's not going to give us enough money, so we might have to sell this axle that we've got here. Yeah, I think let's just get rid of some of the parts in the garage. Because I highly doubt that we're going to build another ladder or a lad pretty soon. So let's get rid of this as well. We've got an extra fender. We can actually mount the hood on the car. That might increase the value. Yeah, that's an idea. Alright, so pop that in there. Okay, let's go see if we can make some money off of this just to get ourselves out of the negative. Clearly didn't think about this, but okay. What is the time now? I don't know if Steve's is open. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to use his external pawn shop bulk selling place over here. Part of a mod. I think this mod is still on Nexus if you guys don't have it. So just maybe go and have a look out for that if that is something you are interested in, but care the ears. This is going to be loud. Well, not too bad. Okay, and we are out of the minus, and we can afford 2 cans of paint, so that is pretty good. Alright, let's get back to the shop once again. We're going to buy some paint, and I do want to mount that hood that we've got sitting in the shop. It came out of off of one of our donor vehicles. My goodness, I forgot to air up that tire still. So that is also something I did on Sunday, is I swapped the tire over on the El Camino. Or the Jesse, because we had just this one tire that I replaced, and we ended up having another tire on the shelf, so I just mounted that on there. Right, yeah, this hood seems to be rust free. Right, put that onto there. Wrench. Oh, okay. The wrench is over here. Okay, let's bolt the hood down. And zip it down. Perfection. Okay, let's just quickly give that hood a bit of a wash. And then we're going to buy our paint. That's a pretty purple. Yeah, this color is actually going everywhere on all of the vehicles. Oh, wait a second. There is rust on this thing. Okay. Because we've had some of this purple on our very own Lada over here. Got some of those fenders on from the purple car. So, yeah, these parts are just going all sorts of directions. But that's okay. It's kind of the point in this game. Alright, I think that took care of that rust. There might be some more on the edges. Let's just see. Make sure of this. This thing is 100% rust free. Okay, and let's just copy the color code again for good measure. Alright, let's go and buy some paint cans quickly right over here. Spray can 1, 2, and hopefully that'll do. Alright, let's just pop the other one in the backpack for now. Okay, let's go do this. Push, 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 push. There we go. Alrighty, let's paint this thing quickly. And get this blue door painted green. Right, I think we also got the rocket panel painted up. There we go. I think that should do. Yeah, I think that looks good. Right, let's paint over this parts that we grinded down on this quarter panel. Rear panel also. And the pink trunk. Paint that green. Alrighty ho, that looks pretty good. Pretty nice. And we've got this rocker panel to do down here. Okay, and then it's only the hood. Yeah, this is where we're gonna need the second can. Because I don't think we're gonna make it with this one. Let's see, maybe we're lucky. Maybe we do make it. We don't. Okay, so that is fine. luckily we've got the backup can of spray here. Let's spray paint that. Perfect, perfect. That looks good. How much is the value now? 5,200. Yeah, guys, we can almost go and buy ourselves a fully built engine already. But okay, let's get rid of this thing. I just want to mount this rear bumper because, yeah, reasons. We don't need to have it laying around the shop. Alright, that should give us a little bit more money. 5,330. There we go. Great stuff. So that is how you make some quick cash if you are in a bit of a pickle with money. Alright, like we were. We paid like 1,800 bucks for it and we ended up making, yeah, close to 5 grand. So that's more than 4 grand profit. Alrighty, guys. So let me just neaten up here a bit because now we're going to go do some engine parts shopping. Alrighty, and yeah, let's not forget our cutting disc. Very vital part of our operation. Alright, let's get over here, because now we need to build ourselves an inline 6 and try and get that thing to run and hopefully drive. Maybe we can get it running today. I kind of forgot what we've got in this thing. Okay, we've got transmission, we've got radiator, we've got hoses. Okay, so brake booster, we need some brake fluid for that. Where the heck is my brake fluid? I think I used some of it, or it might be finished. We'll go grab the fluids when we are ready for it. But guys, let's continue with the part shopping. So we're just going to go into Jesse inline 6 engine. Let this catalog load up quickly. Let me just do a quick recap of what I bought already. So we've got alternator, water pump is second hand. We've got that, fuel pump starter. Okay, so we are pretty much needing a couple of things. Okay, so let me try and figure this out. Do we have a freaking fuel line? I didn't check now. Okay, we do have a fuel line. Okay. Alright, so it looks like I started at the top of the list and worked my way down. So we've got alternator belt. I think our alternator belt is despawned. So yeah, this is gonna take a little bit of consideration what we need to buy still, because camshaft sprocket we've got. Alright, carburetor we've got, clutch plate, pressure plate, crankshaft sprocket. I don't think we bought those parts yet. Did we get that far? Yes, we did. Okay, so we've got our crankshaft with 1 piston, flywheel, clutch, and clutch plate assembly. Okay, so that is good. So we don't need any of this. We don't need gearbox. We've got, you know, oil filter. We've got an oil filter. Okay, so we bought that already. Starter, engine fan, upper hose. We've got all of that. We've got a gearbox in the car. Spark plugs. We are going to need spark plugs. Gonna probably have to buy 2 boxes because it's an inline 6. Unless if we run up the hill and just grab 2 loose ones. But you know what? Let's have a look at the pricing. We've got a bit of money. I think we'll make it. So let's just go ahead and buy it. Camshaft. I'm just checking this because sometimes these camshafts, they spawn in broken or used if you buy them from the catalog. So I don't know what mod is causing that, but it's definitely a mod conflict. Alright, so we've got crankshaft. We need the crankshaft pulley. Need the engine block. Cylinder head cover. We need that. We need this. Need that. Head gasket. Intake. Oil pan. We need 5 pistons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need the rockers, we need the spark wires, we need the thermostat housing, and I'm just looking at the money going cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay, timing chain, timing cover, distributor, and I think that is everything. If we are missing something, we can always come and grab it, but yes, now we've got a lot of work to do, so let's get this thing put back together. Wrench. Yeah, guys, I'm getting a little bit of FPS drops. I think it's from this building next door. It's definitely that. Alright, that's why I said I'm gonna probably just go ahead and remove that mod again. But okay, here we go. We are starting with the crankshaft. The crankshaft is in. Okay, so now we need our pistons. Alright, so we've got 1 good piston at the back. Where's the other pistons? Let's see. Okay, another one. Alrighty ho. Alright, that's half of the pistons in. Okay, another piston going in here. Zip that up. Could have sworn we had more pistons here now. Where the heck is it? There they are. Okay. Number 5. I'm kind of just putting these things in any way which they come. There we go. And that is all the pistons in. Oil pan. Let's put the oil pan on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side and 5 on the other side. Can I trust myself to have done this correctly? I think I did it perfectly. We've got all the bolts tightened down on that, so that is good. Okay, let's spin this thing that way. Let's get our head gasket on. Very important. Very vital. Alright. Zip, zip. Yeah, this cylinder head is kind of weird because there's got no bolts over here. I don't know if it's like that in real life on an inline 6. So far, the only engines I've ever worked on are inline 4s in real life. So, yeah, I don't really have experience with these things. But okay, there we go. Rockers are in. Let's get the valve cover on. Zip, zip, dip. This way. Okay, 2 more bolts on that side. Looking pretty good. We can probably do these as well. These are intakes and exhaust. Well, intake and exhaust manifolds. Come on, here we go. And our exhaust that we've got is just going to bolt straight onto this. I think it might be easier from this side. Let's just zip them down from here. Okay, and let's grab the carburetor. Alright, that is bolting down. Where's the other bolts? One there and one there. Okay, so that is bolted down. Yeah, I think let's grab this. Guys, we are going to pop the camshaft in. Come on. You go in there. Okay, you go onto there. Zip you down. Now we need this timing chain. Slip that onto there. And now we need the cover thingy. The timing cover. Okay, that goes onto here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This... No, come on, grab the damn thing. What in the... Okay, there we go. We've got that on. We're going to use the second-hand water pump. I think this is the only real second-hand part, apart from the one piston in the engine. Okay, and that is bolted down. Let's see. Yeah, I think this can probably go in. If I can recall where exactly this goes. It goes in here. Okay, let's just spin it that way. Okay, we're going to have to wait with the spark plugs. Well, spark plug wires before the spark plugs. Well, put the spark plugs in before we put the spark wires on. That's what I want to say. Alright, where does this freaking thing go again? I can't really remember. It's over there. Okay. Yeah, we got it. Perfect. Thermostat housing. And now... let's do the nitty-gritty stuff first. Ignition coil goes somewhere over here. Okay, and starter. This actually goes on the gearbox. Yeah, let's come and put this on. Perfect. And we've got some wiring that we need to replace. Okay, so this needs to come out. Okay. Alright, because we've got a new one over here. Getting sidetracked from the engine now, but it's okay. We'll continue with that in just a bit. One thing we didn't buy that we are definitely going to need is a battery. We don't have no battery. Okay. Must just be mindful of that. Where the heck does the freaking fuel pump go on this engine again? Is this actually... Yeah, this is for the inline 6, guys. I'm actually at a loss. I can't recall where this thing had to go, but okay. There it goes, next to the distributor. Okay, so let's pop this oil filter onto where? There. No, that's not going to work. It's probably on this side. Yeah, there's the little indentation thing there. Okay, and alternator. There we go. And what in the frickin' hell? I could have sworn that belt was gone. Okay, there it is. So guys, that is my garage. Buy one alternator belt, lose it now, and it'll return it back to itself. Okay, well, you're gonna need 6 spark plugs, so let's grab 2 from this. Okay, let's pop these in, and now we've got a backup alternator belt for an alternative engine we're going to build one day. I think these are compatible with the V8 as well, so that's really not a big issue, because alternator belts is always something you need to either replace on a customer vehicle or something that you'll need for a new engine. And it's not the most expensive thing in the catalog, at least, so I'm not going to break my head about it. So let's just get these spark pluggies in. Okay. Okay, and there, and last one. Over there. Pretty good. And we're going to need the socket for this, or the spark plug wrench. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sorted, guys. Now we can get our spark wires on. That is looking pretty decent. We've got a freshly built inline 6 for our El Camino. So yeah, let's drop this thing in and get everything buttoned up over here. And we're gonna get a bit of lag, and there we go. Alright guys, so let's go this side. We're gonna bolt up the tranny on this side and all the wiring that is involved. Let's not forget the engine mount. Okay, so I think I've got everything. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we've got an inline 6 freshly built, which is probably gonna have to come out at some point if we do decide to upgrade to a V8, but for the time being, that is what we're going to rock and roll. Let's not forget this. The fuel line. Very important. Right, let's pretend I didn't forget this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, almost as if I know what the heck I was doing. But there we go. Alright, so that is installed. And now we can get our exhauster mondo in. It goes over there. Perfect. And we've got our exhaust on. Why does it look like... Yeah, that's probably how it is. Okay. I still needed to swap the pedals, guys. Let's not forget about the pedals. And I would really like to buy myself a dashboard cluster. Oh, we've got the automatic pedals here. We'll just put it through the window on the wagon. Come here. Okay, manual pedals going on to the very mint condition firewall. Handbrake. Okay, we still got that. Okay, so we need to get ourselves a cluster, because that cluster is going to be very important to see, first of all, how the car is doing on temperature, and also how it's doing on like gasoline and stuff, so we don't run out of fuel. Alright, but I want to get this wheel aired up, because she be flat, yo. Alright. A little bit more, and more, and more, and I think, yeah, there we go, we've got it. So let's air it down until it drops 1, and then you just pump it up once. Okay, guys, so how are we doing on tire pressures on the other wheels? This tire is still good. This one still looks good, although this tire is bold as hell. So that one is going to lose pressure. I don't know if the engine... Ugh, look at me talking about an engine. If the tire is 50% worn, it will start losing pressure. But even though the thread still looks good. So what do we need? We still need to get coolant. Yeah, we need coolant. There's a tiny bit of coolant in there. We need oil, most probably. What in the... Glitched hell is going on here. Come here. There you are. Okay. Where did you want to go? Okay, so where's the oil lipstick? Okay, that's empty. That is empty. We're gonna have to buy brake fluid probably. Let's just see what we've got in the shop. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. I don't really recall putting brake fluid in a different vehicle, so maybe this is still a full bottle. Yeah, looks like it is. Okay, so there we go. We've got brakes sorted. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to go and buy some coolant, and I don't think we've got coolant or oil in the shop. Yeah, we never really did that type of work in the shop really. All right, so let's also maybe check something. Let's not forget that we've got a gas tank in this thing. All right, let's buy a cluster first of all, because I want to know if we've got gas in this thing. Interior. All right, so if we've got gasoline, we don't need to go and buy a jerry can of gas. So, and it's starting to get dark. All right, cluster is in. Let's see if we do this. Yeah, that's not going to do anything because we don't have the battery. Okay, so let's just go and buy the frickin' oil and the coolant, and we'll also get some gas just for in case. We'll put it through the window that's open. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's maybe take a quick little nap right here in the wagon. I think 6 o'clock is fine. It should start getting a little bit lighter then, instead of darker. I don't think we've got working headlights in this car. Something I never checked, but yeah, we don't have any working headlights, so we'll sort all of this out on this car once we work on the paint job. Because we are going to be painting this car bright orange, and I think it's going to look pretty good. Okay, and I'm thinking interior, either beige or white. Maybe drop your comments down below what color interior you think should work with a bright orange. I think a white's going to look very good, my personal opinion, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide between one of the two. So yeah, give me your thoughts on interior colors. I don't want to do black really, because we could maybe even do black. I don't know. But yeah, the options are white, beige, and maybe black. I don't think red or green or maybe even gray would work. I don't know. So yeah, guys, let me know what color you would choose for the interior on a bright orange wagon like this. I think it's going to be down to the comments. How many guys are going to comment? Why did I buy 2 bottles? The lad... Oh no, it's for the I6, so we're gonna need 3 bottles of oil as well. Okay, we could have actually just come on foot. But okay, let's grab the battery as well from here. 69 bucks. Okay, I think this shop next to us was actually cheaper, but yeah, as I said, I'm going to remove that shop because it's causing some FPS drops for me at this stage. Must be all of the shiny bits and stuff that's around there. So yeah, I think it's not really of any use to us at the moment, so I'm gonna go ahead and just remove it after this episode. Okay, let's get back to the shop and get that i6 fired up. Well, fill up the oil and the coolant, and then we'll put in some gas, and then we'll try and fire it up. But I'm pretty sure that thing will fire up no problem, because I've done everything kind of by the book. We'll see. I don't want to speak too soon, because yeah, things happen, you know. All right, let's start with the gasolina. All right, let's take that open. Oh, come on, smack myself in the face with the trunk lid. Okay. Okay, open this up, put that over there. Yeah, there should be sounds for this. It must go like and then when there's a little bit of droplets there, if it goes tip 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 tip. Okay. Alright, Funcle, trying to make funny sounds for the game. Okay, yeah, I think that would be interesting if I were to mimic some of the equipment that doesn't have sounds. Whoa, you got craps jumping all over here. Okay, so let's get the battery in. Le battery. Where is the wrench? There's the wrench. Battery. Let's bolt down the negative first and now we'll go. Boom. Okay. There we go. It doesn't matter in this game. This isn't my summer car. Okay, let's just put the toolbox there for now. Okay, I see our caps are removed. Okay, let's get some coolant into here. I don't know the condition of this radiator, and I never checked it really. But we'll know soon enough if this thing's going to overheat, because we've got a fancy new dash cluster. Okay, so let's speed this up, because this is going to take a while. This is the boring part. Alright, holy crap, this thing was thirsty. It didn't have any coolant in it whatsoever by the looks of it. So yeah, we used a full bottle and probably 3/4 of the next one. So now we just need to do the oil. Okay, let's pour this into the engine. And I'm hoping this thing's gonna run, guys. I think we've got everything on it. If there's anything I missed, well, yeah, I'm only human. Right. First bottle of oil. Why is this taking so long? It doesn't usually take this long to fill up the oil. But okay, I guess it is what it is. Okay, let's just put this on the shelves or the table so that we don't end up kicking that around the whole place. We'll put that in the bed of the truck. And yeah, it's so nice to have a truck now, because now we can just chuck all of the rubbish straight into that. Okay, and let's go ahead and fill up this oil, and we're spilling some of the oil on the ground, but that's okay. We've got some magic absorption suctions on the ground in this game, so the oil doesn't, yeah, physically go on the ground, luckily. Imagine if you had to spill oil on your workshop floor and you had to sweep it with a broom or something, pour sawdust on it or something. Where the heck am I going with this? Let's just chuck it in the bed of the truck. Okay. Yeah, this FPS is definitely terrible. Sitting at 32 FPS at the moment with that shop spawn, so I'll still need to upgrade this PC of mine one day. We've got a potato PC and we're running a YouTube channel, but okay. It's worked so far. It's been doing pretty well. Alright, let's fill in this last bottle of oil. Okay, eventually it'll be done, and then this thing is gonna hopefully fire up. Okay, and that is that, guys. So let's go see if this thing's gonna fire up if we crank it. Let's just put our oil cap back on. Let's just check the dipstick, and we are exactly on the full mark. We've got coolant, we've got brake fluid. You know what? I just want to double check something. Just want to make sure we've got this bolt tightened down on there. Okay, and we'll check all the corners quickly, make sure the brake hoses are intact and tightened down. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, looks like I did a pretty good job under here. Nothing out of whack, out of place. Everything looks decent. Brand new suspension. Well, most of the parts are brand new on the suspension. So this thing should actually run and drive like a brand spanking new car. Although it doesn't look like it. But that's something that can easily be sorted out. I mean, just washing this thing already will make it look a lot better. Alright, let's fire it up. And right on the money, guys. That is what I'm talking about. Alrighty. And we are missing one very important part of the operation here. We don't got no shifter. Okay. So, looks like we're going to have to buy one more thing from the catalog, and that is going to be the shifter. From the interior, we are already on the interior, so that is pretty good. So, let's go with, yeah, I don't know. Let's just go with the stock one. I want to go with a pistol grip at the moment. So, we are going to be doing the interior in this truck, and I like the beige. I really like the beige interiors in this game. It looks pretty good. Alright, now hopefully this thing will move under its own power, because we are moving a, well, we weren't shifting at all. Alright, there we go. Not too shabby. And she moves. She lives, guys. And we've got some fuel in the tank. Yeah, barely got fuel in the tank. But okay, let's take it for a short drive and just see how she runs. Yeah, as I said, guys, this feels like a brand new vehicle from the dealership. Well, not really from the dealership, because our dealership is a second-hand dealership in this game. But yeah, she actually feels pretty decent. Okay, well, come to think of it, the dealership in Middletown, you can buy some brand new vehicles there. But yeah, this thing is as good as it gets in terms of mechanical work. I think she's pretty well, guys. We've got a decent little pickup truck, and now we can actually transfer the trailer hitch over to this thing, because we are going to be using this as our tow rig from now on. So our little loader wagon is no longer going to have to tow the big trailer with vehicles loaded on top of it. And we still have got a little bit of money to go and spend on some more projects. So yeah, we had a comment a while ago, a couple of episodes ago, about the next vehicle that we should maybe try and build up. And I actually decided that the next car we're going to build is going to be one of the muscle cars in the game. Either a Jason or a Bart. So yeah, put your comments down below which one of the two you guys think we should build up in this series. That is going to be a full restoration. We're going to change every single part on that car, make it as good as it can be. And then what I think I'm going to do with that car is we are going to sell that vehicle to one of you guys, the viewers. Somebody who's going to be not really necessarily bidding against other players, because I've decided to not go the auction route, because yeah, sometimes the vehicles on my YouTube series, they sell for millions and hundreds and thousands, and yeah, we're trying to avoid that altogether. So that's why I'm saying first come first serve. Whoever messages me first for the vehicle will be able to secure the vehicle, but obviously I have to build the vehicle first, so don't go DMing me just yet, guys. So yeah, we are going to build the car first, and then once we are ready to send it down the road, we will yeah, put it up for sale. I will definitely put some posts in my Discord server. So if you guys haven't joined my Discord server just yet, there is a link down in the description of the video, and there should also be a pop-up at the end of this video which you can click on and just join that way. So yes, the Discord server name is The Gamer's Edge. And yeah, we've got a lot of other content creators on there as well, and I also try and promote some other people's content on there for them. Upcoming content creators like Minty's Garage, and we've got even some popular ones like Hurst Quasar. I think he's also part of our Discord still. So guys, come and check him out. And there's also We Play Endless Gaming is on my Discord server. So yeah, we've got all the My Garage content creators there, guys. So come and pop in, and I'm sure you guys will find something to watch over there, and also find somebody who you can talk to. And we've got a lot of, as I said, My Garage players, and not just My Garage players, but overall in general gamers, guys. So that is what it's all about. The Gamer's Edge Discord, which is exactly what it says. It's the Gamer's Edge. But yes, guys, I think this thing actually turned out pretty well. She looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with this thing. Not too sure on the color, if we should stick with the pink. So maybe give us some comments down below if you guys think we should stick with pink, or if we should maybe do a color swap on this one as well. I kind of like the yellow. I like the idea of this yellow. That pale yellow. I think that is a pretty color. We might actually end up painting this thing yellow. But yes, drop your comments down below, guys. What do you think? We should go with yellow on this truck, like that rear panel over there. I kind of like that. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, so we've got a couple of things in the shop that I still wanted to take care of. Cleaning up and such. I don't think there's a whole lot going on. So now that we've got a... Whoa, just walked into the freaking wall. Now that we've got a pickup truck, I think it's going to go a little bit easier for this. So let's pull this thing into the shop, and I'll just start loading a couple of things that I want to get rid of. Holy crap, why the heck did it over ref like that? Alright, let's go into the shop because I want to see what parts I put where. And I don't think we're going to bother with inline 4 engines again soon. So we can probably get rid of all of the inline 4 parts and just go and sell that. And then we're going to hook up to the trailer. We're going to take a drive over to the junkyard. And then that is where we are going to start the next episode over at the junkyard, where I'm going to potentially start looking for our next project. So guys, let's quickly clean this up a bit. There's not a whole lot going on. Okay, so we've got some pedals down here. These are actually good pedals for a lad. Yeah, I think the ones in our car was better, so that's why they are there. And crap, I forgot about these 2 spark plugs. Yeah, these are actually, that one is good, this one is bad, so we'll take this one over to Steve's pawn shop thingy. Pistons, yeah, I think let's just go ahead and pop these in the backpack. That's our battery charger. Where's the empty one of this? Okay, that one's empty. Although I don't think you get money for cardboard boxes and stuff like that over at Steve, so yeah, it's not really worth taking it over there, but I guess we'll just do it because we've got it. And I'm also going to get rid of this and also this cooling fan over here, so that we kind of start with a clean slate and just yeah, go from there, because I think we are done with Lada or Lads, the base game Lads for now, because there's a pretty decent mod that I found on Nexus. I'm going to do a mod review on that pretty soon here for you guys, where you can actually download it from Nexus, and it's got 3 variants of VAZs or Ladas. Alrighty, what am I doing? Let's just go into the square rather. So yeah, there is going to be a video on that mod pretty soon, so stay tuned for that as well. Alright, let's go ahead and cha-ching. Alright, I will adjust that volume when editing if it's too loud, guys, because it is very loud in my ears at that point. Okay, but yes, now let's go get our trailer connected up, because I want to see how this thing is going to tow the trailer. Might as well also grab the toolbox. Not that I think we'll really need it, but let's just go ahead and do this. Oh, come on, come here. There we go. We'll put this on the passenger seat. Okay. Yeah, that's just the way the seats are in this game. You kind of put stuff on top of it, but it doesn't really act like it's there. Right, let's get our trailer connected up. We probably need to get the freaking tow hitch connected up to this pickup truck, because it's still on the wagon. Alright, I have to go and grab that quickly. Alright, let's turn the engine off and just save some of the gas. We might have to stop by the gas station and fill up with gas before we head on this this journey. Alright, let's grab the trailer hook from here. Okay, 1, 2... There we go. Right, let's pop this on our pickup truck. Where does this want to go? Right over there. Okay, right under the license plate. It's strange that our license plate actually reads WAR, W-A-R, but it's a 4, so W4R 9VO. Yeah, that's it's quite cool. I like that. Didn't really notice that before. Alright, get this thing connected up, and we've got it squatting a little bit, but with the bigger profile tires at the back, this thing actually sits level now. So yeah, I knew we were doing something right. Alright guys, so let's go over to the gas station. I'm going to just fill up with gas. And I see our episode is still, yeah, it's almost, yeah, it's more than an hour of recording, so we'll see. I usually record a little bit longer because of the time lapses and the speeding up of the driving, so yeah, we'll probably speed up this driving part as well over to the junkyard, and then I'll let you guys know how I think this thing is towing the trailer. We can probably go into third person view, although we can't really see the trailer in this camera. We're gonna have to use this one. Right, there we go. Trailer is looking pretty good behind this thing. Okay, which side is the gas cap? It's on the left. Okay, so you can go this side. Gotta take the turn a bit wider with the trailer. Okay, and just stop it here for a second. Let's grab the fuel nozzle. Alright, and fill this thing up to the brim. I wonder how much this is gonna cost. We'll see. We need to try and not waste money here by overfilling the damn thing. And I don't know if this gas tank's gonna leak, because it looks pretty gnarly and rusty. But okay, so far I haven't really noticed fuel disappearing from our wagon. That's 58 liters, $50.98. So it's, I don't know if that's really accurate, but okay. Alright guys, so let's make this journey over to the junkyard, and once we get there I'll give you guys a bit of a feedback on how the truck tows this trailer. Alrighty guys, so we are over here at the junkyard and we made it. So I think our Jesse aka El Camino is definitely a very good tow rig. It's much better than the Lad wagon that we've got. And yes guys, this is going to be where we end today's episode over here at the junkyard. So in the next episode we are going to just load up the junkyard and see what parts we can find and what vehicles we can find. Probably our next project vehicle is going to be something we're going to fix up all the way, and I'm quite happy that this thing is up and running and we are going to be able to at least tow the trailer a bit easier now. So yes guys, do stick around. This is still going to be a ongoing series until, yeah, we've probably got a little bit of boring with this one. So yeah, I was still thinking of doing another roleplay series later down the line, but it'll only probably be, yeah, much later. But yes guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and also if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one.